Yeah.
Oh, he is the man I wish I was. Bob Lee, we wish you and the rest of the ESPN crew in Paris Godspeed.
Absolutely. We are the Men in Blazers. Rog, Davo, we're on Facebook Live, but if you want to watch us in this camera, tune in to Vice right now, Vice Sports, find the drop-down menu, Men in Blazers, come and watch our
We're on the Facebook Live camera. That's like the tactical cam on NBC Sports. If you want to see our positioning throughout this show, we're going to play 2 at the back.
Yeah.
But if you want the proper view, the full on, if you don't want to see our toupees from that angle, you can watch on the proper one. Because it's so early in the morning, we have got ourselves Irish coffee today.
It's good. We needed it.
Oh, mine's Northern Irish coffee. That tastes of Kyle Lafferty. I think yours is Republic of Ireland coffee.
Yeah, I love my Republic of Ireland.
Fantastic. Yeah. 2 different kinds of people in this world, Bushmills people and Jameson's people. You're either one or the other.
Interesting
this is
point
Talisker
you're making.
Running on Talisker. We've got a full show today.
We do.
Early morning show.
Yeah.
We don't have theme music. We don't have logos, but we do have a new logo. Thanks to an amazing GFA. This one is one of the greatest of all time. It's our Euro 2016 logo.
Yeah.
Enoch Marishima. Oh my God!
From
what
Japan.
A human
He's
being.
doing a lot of work.
We don't have many Japanese fans, but the ones we do are among the most creative. This is amazing. Can you see the chicken wings that are surrounding it? I thought they were, it took me a while to figure out what the hell they were exactly. I thought they were my kidneys, which are deteriorating day by day during the broadcast.
We're going to talk about those chicken wings later. I think there's something a little bit off, a little bit wrong.
Got to tell you, I may get this tattooed on my back, just
beautiful.
down there,
Thanks,
just
Enoch.
above my BG's
Keep on sending
stamp.
in your submissions for our graphics. We need more theme tune submissions. Keep on sending those to meninblazers@gmail.com.
We have got a full show. We are going full on into the Euros. We're going to catch you up on everything that happened last night in the Copa. And then Lexi's mailbag.
Lexi's here.
New feature.
Wow.
Lexi's mailbag.
Yeah! I
love that. It's going to be amazing.
Bam! Back
it's
to that
camera. It's going to be phenomenal. So we've got Lexi's mailbag. Keep your questions coming. Hashtag MIB Euro Copa. We've got a lot of your questions to get through. But first, David, let's catch up on last night in the Copa America.
In
Centenario.
In Orlando, Rog. I said that's almost a home game for Brazil. So many Brazilians down there in Orlando, Florida. They flock to Orlando City games as well. They took poor little Haiti apart last night. It's very good.
Coffee has never tasted
7-1, Rog. Philip Coutinho, his hat trick.
The Coutinho show.
Put Brazil atop Group B and officially eliminates Haiti from Copa America.
I'm sorry, Haiti. I really am. First, Coutinho lashed the ball into the top corner in the way that Brendan Rodgers taught him back in the day. Then he finished from close range.
I did that.
As 2 Haiti defenders magically just took each other out in the most kind of car crash way. His final goal was so Coutinho. Early last season, whenever he shot that left his boot, just flew in top corner. I've got to say about this, David. 7-1 for Brazil, but rather than burnishing their dominance, it only seemed to reinforce just how spectacular the German victory in Belo Horizonte was back at the World Cup.
Glass half full, glass half empty. That reminds you of them getting beaten 7-0.
Well, at the Brian Day tweeted in, I think this is so true. My thought exactly. He said, Brazil is to Germany what Haiti is to Brazil. That is where we are in the kind of like, in the pecking order, in the kind of food chain, apex predator. Thomas Muller! Tiny little Haiti. And in the middle, floating around there somewhere, you've got Hulk.
I'm worried about the chicken wings, Roger, though, because last night you ate the chicken wings. Your chicken wings foresaw a 1-0 victory
an amazing
for Haiti.
goal. No, I saw an amazing goal by 30-year-old James Marcelin, who plays for the Carolina Railhawks in the good old NASL. Promotion relegation.
Yeah, my ones told me 6-0. I predicted a 6-goal win, but didn't get 7-1.
So we're both wrong.
We have a problem with the chicken wings, is what I'm saying.
Our resident Brazil football expert, the wonderful @Sweet Bobby, a Brazilian who works in our fine government in Washington D.C., tweeted in, this Haitian defensive performance is bringing me post-traumatic stress as I'm haunted by memories of David Luiz running amok amidst the Germans. I think about the Germans every day too, Sweet Bobby, but in a very different way. In the other game, David.
Ecuador 2, Peru 2 in Glendale, Arizona, where I'm sure they're loving, across Arizona, they're loving a Copa Aniversario, Rog. Peru went 2-0 up, in the first 13 minutes, only to squander the
What
lead.
can go wrong now, lads?
It proved you can score too early in Arizona during a Copa Aniversario. They remain second in Group B. They are above Ecuador. Peru play Brazil in their final game. We don't know. It's interesting also who's going to likely, I think we feel the US are going to finish second in their group. We're kind of interested. It kind of looks like it's going to be Brazil in first in that group. Will be the opponents in the last 8.
They won't just be the opponents.
Yeah.
They'll be the defeated foe.
7-0.
Prepare to be smoked.
Yeah.
Prepare to be smoked. Or we go as Jermaine Jones goes.
Yeah.
Here's a problem that I realised last night for Peru.
Yeah.
Owners, I think, of one of the great heritage shirts in world football.
Yeah.
That red sash.
The red sash. Great.
Something very odd that has gone on with the sashing in this year's kit.
It's a short sash.
It's as if they didn't have enough red fabric.
It's kind of a short sash. You're right.
Sashes do not
You're
armpit.
right. I didn't want to mention this to you because I know how much you love it. I thought it might upset you.
I love it.
A bit of short sashing.
If you don't believe that the Peruvian jersey is among the great, I would say, heritage jerseys in world football, just Google 1978 Peru jersey. That's what I dream of on good night's sleep.
Yeah.
This one, it kind of armpits, Dave. What I feel is there must have been a red fabric shortage in Lima. They've kind of cut it short, cut it cheap. I think it's an Umbro kit this year. I think it's constricting the blood supply in the Peru. So they come out and they're really up for it. But after about 15 minutes, they're woozy, blood constricted. Going to be easy to pick off. I would say the fortune now favours Ecuador.
Oh, absolutely.
We could see a USA-Ecuador round of 2 clash when the US top their qualifying group.
That's going to be
against
hard.
Paraguay. I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm trying to be you, dude. Even I don't believe that.
That's going to be hard. Anyway,
let's move on to other tournaments, Dave.
Yes, other tournaments not involving multiple federations, Rog.
How do you think about this, Dave? I was trying to explain to someone what the Euros is to the World Cup as a sporting analogy. Is it like what the SEC is to the College Football Championship? Is it what the Masters is to the US Open?
I'll tell you what I think it is. I think it's the NFL playoffs to the Super Bowl. Because I think that the best football, international football, I'm not talking about club football, which we've always felt as the Champions League, but the best international football, in my experience, tends to be played at the Euros, not at the World Cup. Similarly, I find NFL playoff football often better than the Super Bowl itself.
It's true, and it's coming to us in a slightly different format, which we will talk about in a minute, but from the home of Voltaire, from Vanessa Paradis, from the world of Le Speedo, the original posing pouch. We've sent that man. We've sent that man to do our work in Paris. We have Euro 2016, David. To me, the Euros growing up was always a phenomenal experience. It was traditionally an elite tournament with no fat whatsoever. They kept it lean. 16 teams, all of them, you know, just pound for pound, phenomenal footballing teams. It was football without a safety net. But football administrators, they abhor a vacuum. Why would they not tinker with something that was working perfectly, Dave?
Well, it started with even less teams when we were kids, Rog. Then went up to 16, and that format was working perfectly. 4 groups of 4, bish, bash, bosh. Now they've gone to 24 teams, Rog. So what that means is we are going to spend 71% of the tournament eliminating 33% of the teams. 24 will go down to a last 16, Rog.
What they're going to do, they've added 8 new teams to the tournament, saying that will allow the European game to develop for the smaller nations, the quality to improve, i.e. will spread the money around.
They just wanted Scotland to get in.
In more ways, 24 teams are in there, although to our knowledge, none of them are from the CONCACAF region yet. So there's teams like Northern Ireland in there, Albania. And what it means is there's 6 groups, and we're going to run through all of them. The top 2 teams in every group will progress, but so will 4 third-place teams. So the group stage, all of this frantic huffing, puffing, helter-skelter, mano-mano, all of it is just to get rid of 8 teams, David. It's like the old NHL playoffs. Really, they've destroyed what I love best about the Euros is that it was a tournament in which, from the very off, teams knew they had to be at their best. Very different to the World Cup.
Conceivably, you could achieve 1 point in your 3 group games, not score a single goal. Just get 1 point. You get 1 draw and 2 losses, not score a single goal, and still make it through into the last 16.
And bring great glory to your nation. There's no clear favourite in this tournament. The big teams are all deeply flawed. Some of them are just big teams in name only, if you look at their form. Every team has weaknesses. And the addition of 8 new teams, many of whom have never played in big tournament football before, it suggests there's going to be some George R.R. Martin-esque twists and turns. Euro 2016 is going to be the George R.R. Martin of global football tournament. There's so many odds and sods mixed in. Albania, Slovakia, Wales. I expect there's going to be a lot of Leicester City-style football in which defence predominates. Teams sit back, defy their opponents to break them down, and everybody's going to be counter-attacking. There's going to be no surprise to the lightning-quick counter-attack. Brace yourself, Davo, to see so many of our old familiar friends in new jerseys. 122 of the 552 players in France are from the league we love, the Premier League. The Bundesliga, the second best supplier with a distant 55. We're going to see Jamie Vardy. We're going to see Harry Kane. We're going to see Kevin De Bruyne, Eden Hazard, Peter Cech, N'Golo Kante, Dimitri Payet, Mesut Ozil, David De Gea, and of course the mighty Seamus Coleman.
It's also a shop window, Rog. It's a shop window for players who Premier League teams will buy next season. Primary in the shop window, Sweden's Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Rog.
And Yarmolenko. And Kingsley Coman. A lot of players are going to be unknown right now, and we're going to be talking about them as if we've known them for years within 2 weeks. But the big news, let's get down to the most important news, what you need to know, which is really, Lex, isn't that what we try and do on this show? We try and filter out the what you don't need to know. We try and give you what you do need to know. World football has decided to dye its hair blonde.
Everyone. Young men with too much
Phil Jones,
time on their hands.
Aaron Ramsey.
Should we go
blonde?
And
then this week, I am blonde.
No, but should we actually go blonde?
No,
should we really peroxide it?
I did.
You
did not notice. You've not said anything. You're like my wife. You never notice when I've had my hair cut.
Sorry, didn't notice.
Unbelievably, Marwan Fellaini dyed that afro blonde. He just put out a tweet, blonde Felly. He looks very much like Valderrama if Valderrama was utterly crap at football, David. And what I want to know is how they all decide en masse to dye their hair blonde. Do they have is there some global football WhatsApp group where they're all just texting each other?
I think the wags are involved somehow. I think the wags are involved, probably.
Aren't they in everything, Davo? Let's run through the favourites very quickly.
Quick word for everybody watching on Facebook Live. If you want to see us from this camera over here, go to vice.com, Vice Sports, find the drop-down menu, or you can just stay here and watch Lexi.
Or you can tweet Lex at hashtag MIB Eurocopa, at Men in Blazers is our Twitter. We're going to run through the favourites, Davo.
Let's start.
That's not the favourites, David.
Okay, sorry.
We're going to run through the favourites.
I thought you said the group.
Spain.
I'm sorry. Spain.
Defending champions. Two-time. Looking for the three-peat. World Cup 2014 was a
disaster.
For Vincent Del Bosque. They've got no Xavi, no Zabi. They've got no Diego Costa, and they're probably better off without him. They will bring their age-old debate about whether they should play a striker or play Cesc Fabregas in the false nine role. They are in a tough group, which we will discuss. Germany.
Well, wait a minute. Spain. They're only taking 2 strikers. One of them is injured. They just lost to Georgia. Well, they lost to Georgia, ranked 131st in the world in their final warm-up game. They've got big problems, Rog.
But Germany, favourites by virtue of being Germany, but oddly mortal since their delirious World Cup win. They lost to Poland and Ireland in qualifying. They've struggled in friendlies. They lost to France. They lost to Slovakia. They even lost to England. They should be considered a favourite because of that absolutely stock midfield. But you look at their strikers, they've got Muller by name, and then Podolski. Old man Podolski has been exhumed, Davo, alongside Mario Gomez, who last had a pulse in the late 90s. But you can't look beyond France, can you?
No, France, very, very strong team. Pogba in the middle, probably the most desired player in world football. Seems to be being linked to every big club in the world right now.
La Pioche,
what a
digger.
team, front to back, stocked with Premier League talent, Rog. We're going to be excited to watch N'Golo Kante play in the Euros.
A nation expects this team to do their duty. Everything has pointed towards Euro 2016 for the past 6 years for this team. Every tournament they've been in where they've underperformed, they've said that's fine. Our whole campaign is focused on the 2016 Euro competition on home turf. They've not had qualification to actually kind of forge a battle-ready squad. But no team in world football loves home advantage more than this French squad, Davo.
Yeah.
The delirious scenes at Euro '84 with Platini,
yeah.
the 1998 World Cup. They love home crowd advantage.
Yeah.
Arguably, even more than Mexico love playing in the United States. They've got this stock squad. Hugo Lloris, N'Golo Kante, Dimitri Payet, as you say, Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
Huge pressure on those shoulders. Fantastic player on his day. Incredibly inconsistent, can completely drop out of games, and will need to prove that he can perform every single game for the whole game. Up front, Griezmann and Giroud, Davo. Shockingly,
he gets booed a bit in France. Something I'm looking forward to watching.
He does. I mean, I'm not saying that 50 Shades of Grey is a crap movie, but just like Jamie Dornan is a male model who thinks he's an actor, Giroud, to me, is just a fantastic-looking man who thinks he's a footballer.
Yeah.
The legacy of the Karim Benzema alleged sex scandal in which he was trying to fob off a sex tape featuring 5'4", our favourite Valbuena, who does sound like a porn actor. His little nickname, the Little Bike. I'd pay to watch that movie.
Valbuena.
And they are dodgy at the back. Koscielny alongside Rami with Mangala floating around if needed. Please let them be needed. It will be hilarious. But those three teams, the bookies' favourite. Two dark horses, David.
Yeah, who are your dark horses?
My dark horses, everyone's dark horses. Belgique.
Yeah, Belgique. I don't know how dark they are as horses anymore. A lot of people are tipping them. Yesterday, Nico and Vince tipped them to go and win it. Belgium, so many good players. They got Lukaku, Rog, your boy, Lukaku.
Not
they got
my boy,
Fellaini. They got Courtois in goal. They're like good everywhere.
So much talent, so many men coming off poor seasons. Benteke, Eden Hazard, perhaps crucially no Vincent Kompany, the man who really has gelled them on and off the pitch. They have a veritable trout farm of talent. There's a manager who we love, probably my favourite football in the international arena, Mark Wilmots.
Warpig.
Kampenschwein! Warpig, an amazing man. Huge burden on this gentleman to get that tactical mesh when you have De Bruyne, you have Lukaku, you have Eden Hazard, three players, all of whom excel, largely when the whole team is built around solely them. Can they come together and cohere? Talking about can they come together and cohere, Davo, it's time.
Oh, Rooney, England. Rog, England going into this tournament with a team you have described
as a very rare England team, and that they're actually relatively ego-free and likeable.
They're quite likeable. Lots of young players, very, very young team. Sahari of Kane, Dele Alli from Tottenham. Young players up and down the pitch. A little bit of experience. Hart, Rooney, Millie. Rog in there as well. It's an interesting team. You know, in major tournaments, we can never build up too much hope for England. But I think it might be interesting watching them play association football.
I mean, they have had a forgiving draw for once. A relatively easy run. They have a strong club core with Spurs predominating, giving the team its spine. Dele Alli, Eric Dyer, Harry Kane, young squad, 7 players, under 23, youngest squad in the tournament, two 20-goal-a-season Premier League strikers, Harry Kane and Jamie Vardy.
Yeah.
Big problem. This, our captain, possibly the most doomed captain since Captain Ahab. I mean, it's amazing. This tournament, Euro 2004, he burst on the scene as a young teenager, dominated every opponent until limping off and taking England's hopes with him. He's never really excelled in an England shirt again. And the big challenge is, will or can Roy Hodgson, Uncle Roy, recognise he is actually the England manager? You think he doesn't even know?
Sometimes he's not aware of it. Sometimes he thinks he's just at a football match or at home in his living room about to have a nap.
And will he try and shoehorn Rooney, Kane, Vardy into the same team by forcing the two good players out wide and out of their most natural position? Harry Kane being on corner taking
I think
duty.
Rooney's playing in midfield. Rooney's doing exactly what Louis van Gaal did in the Cup final. He's going to withdraw him and play him deeper.
What of child warrior Marcus Rashford, who is waiting in the rings? What is fascinating about this England team to me is that for so long English football has followed this same pattern. We send a wobbly team who we think are world beaters because we own the English Premier League. We send them off. The tabloids have them in an English flag with a bulldog under their arm saying, we will bring back that trophy. And then they get out the group with terrible football and kind of wilt in the first knockout game, Davo. No one no one, because of the Charlie Brown kicking the football that Lucy is holding, no one in England believes in this team. When you speak to foreign television analysts, they're all looking at this England team, and seeing the kind draw, seeing the weaknesses, saying this is the team that could absolutely do it. Could they put away the misery of 40 years of crap, Davo?
Yeah, well, I think the Achilles heel is less to do with that man who may be irrelevant. I think the Achilles heel is going to be in the centre of defence, Roger. A lot of pressure. England's fortunes in this tournament, I think, are going to depend on Chris Smalling, Gary Cahill and young John Stones, how they manage to play in the centre of that. And by the
way, Russian oligarchs who are in Premier League teams who are watching, Johnny Stones for 60 million. Call me.
Yeah, I have to say I also fancy Italy as a dark horse, mainly because they look so good in their suits and their black shirts and their black ties.
I think you are taking dark a little too literally. Group by group analysis, and then your mailbag.
Bam! Group A, Rog. Albania, France, Romania, and Switzerland.
Yeah. Switzerland, Romania, Albania, they all feel that they could be the second team to go through. I love Albania. Kurzajinti! The red and black, they all believe they can get that second spot. The game I'm actually looking forward to most, because France probably are going to stroll through everything. Albania versus Switzerland, David. In Lons, it's going to be one for the connoisseurs.
Yeah, player to watch for me, Switzerland, Shaqiri, Rog. Player I love watching play football. It's going to be very good. Good opening group. Okay, group number B, Rog. Number B, there we go. England, Mother Russia, Slovakia, and Wales, Rog. Pedigal.
Wales, their first tournament since 1958. Gareth Bale scored 64% of Wales' goals in qualifying, highest proportion by any player in any team. I'm going to say something quite controversial here, David.
Okay, go.
Gareth Bale is one of the few men who, in my book, gets an exemption for wearing a man bun.
Really?
Him and Tishore
Why do you say that?
I just think he can do whatever the hell he wants. He's fantastic. The game we are looking forward to, England against Wales, Thursday, June the 16th, 9 a.m. Eastern Time from the Stade Bollaert de Lay, which I think is in Lens, David. It's going to be magic.
It's like the old home international. Slovakia, looking forward to seeing how hard they actually are. They have a reputation for being a hard team. I like a hard team. Going to be interesting to watch them play, Rog. Okay, Group C. It's another good one. Germany, Northern Ireland, Poland, and Ukraine. A lot of wheels within wheels in that group, Roger.
Yeah, I was speaking to a Polish waiter the other night, and he told me that in international tournaments, Poland always play 3 games. He said, the opening game. And then he said, no, game number 2 is always the do-or-die game. And the third one, he says, is the game for honour with no meaning. Their do-or-die game in this tournament is actually a cracker. It's against Germany.
Oh, my word.
Germany and Poland. These two teams.
They have a little bit of a rivalry, a little bit of history, I think we can say.
Think Alexi Lalas and Fernando Fiore deep down. That's what it's going to be like. That game, Thursday, June the 16th. 3 p.m. What a day that is going to be at the Stade de France. That game will pitch German goalie Manuel Neuer against his Bayern teammate Lewandowski. The best striker, arguably, in Europe, top scorer in qualifying. The statistic, though, that I love about this Polish team, midfielder Sławomir Pesko has 4 kidneys. He was diagnosed with duplex kidneys during a medical. That condition affects 1 in every 5.5 million people.
Wow, 4 kidneys. What a great nickname. Look out for Ukraine. They play on the counter-attack. I think that's the kind of style that's going to really work in this tournament. And come on, Northern Ireland, we want you to do well.
By the way, first nation seeded 5th to finish top of European Championship group. They have the longest unbeaten run of any side in Euro 2016, 12 games. Come on, Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland. Okay, group number D. Croatia, Rog, the bananas in pyjamas, the Czech Republic, Spain, and Turkey.
An absolute viper's nest, as Wolf Blitzer would say. Too close to call. All of these teams have cracking midfields. I mean, Croatia, Ivan Rakitic and Luka Modric.
They're good.
I have to tell you, if I was Spanish,
very good.
Inverted.
Certainly Czech Republic, very, very well-organised side. Great history in the Euros, Rog. Spain, as we mentioned earlier, sort of a team in crisis, a team not quite knowing where they are. It's going to be interesting to see if they can unlock teams who go and sit against them. And the team that pit the Netherlands for a qualifying spot, Turkey, Rog. I think they're going to be pretty good too. That's a very, very tough group. Okay, Rog, next one. Group
Another cracker.
E. Belgique, Italy, Republic of Ireland, and Sweden.
Another cracking group, Dave. Italy under Chelsea manager-elect Antonio Conte. A
Come on, Antonio.
They have a lockdown back three, a midfield decimated by injury, little else going forward. If they're going to progress, it will be like old school Italy, David, with just lockdown defence, just suffocating all others.
Yeah, very true. Belgium, so promising. Robbie Keane from the LA Galaxy leading the Republic of Ireland, and Sweden, who we may as well just call Zlatan, Rog. Okay, group number F, Rog.
Oh, I love
Austria, Hungary, your own Iceland, and Portugal.
Permanently underperforming Portugal, Davo, with the preening show pony Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, he's going to take off his shirt. Spoiler alert, he will take off his shirt.
When he plays, it makes me so glad we don't have smell-o-vision. Just all that Drakkar Noir pumping out of that body would be unbelievable. The fascinating thing about him, I was just in Iceland. When Portugal played in Iceland, they had to rent an entire penthouse suite just for him. The other players shared rooms. When you have that kind of team culture, doesn't always go well for coherent performances on the field. Team to watch there, other than Iceland, beautiful Iceland, who I adore. I don't want to bore you with their fantastic tale. 325,000 people, as big as Corpus Christi, Texas. But they have shocked the world by reaching their first tournament. They are absolutely phenomenal. They have as many footballers as the state of Rhode Island. But they teach you that collective football can defeat all comers. The team they fear when you speak to them, their scouts, is Austria. David Alaba, Mercurial, Marko Arnautovic also love to counter-attack with deep aggression, and our friend Christian Fuchs going to be a team to watch, David.
Okay, here we go. It's time for the segment you've all been waiting for.
Before we do, I've got one other thing I want to say. There's a lot of young talent I want to watch. Germany's Leroy San, Kingsley Coman for France, Portugal's Raul Mario, Ukraine's Yarmolenko. But the players I love most in this tournament without them kicking a ball. Ante Koric, Croatian Messi. Emre Mor, Turkish Messi. Onezhas Milk, known as the next Lewandowski. And Alexander Golovin, the Russian Ronaldo. Even Albania don't have a Albanian Stephen Naismith. I don't know what is wrong with the lack of creativity in football nicknaming, David.
Oh, I just want Four Kidneys. I think Four Kidneys, we've already decided, is the best nickname in world football. That is the player who I will be watching. Are we ready for the questions, Rog?
Let's do it.
Okay, questions have come in. Who's reading the questions, me or Lexi? Okay, sorry, not Lexi. It's been handed back to me. Okay, from @UC_Raider. How does a @US Soccer fan choose a team to follow? Heritage Germany, host France, underdog Iceland. Rog, this is too easy for you.
I mean, how does a American fan with no connection develop that connection very quickly?
Yeah, we got a great raven from a fan who said that he's got no history, no English blood, no English heritage, and yet he spends his whole time writing down in the notes program on his phone the England lineup, the backups at left back and right back. He doesn't really understand what's going on.
And has gone over to France to cheer on the English team.
It's so crazy.
You believe that team will come to you?
I believe that when you watch a game, even as a neutral, it will somehow, the sorting hat, the Euro sorting hat will choose the team for you to root. And I would just let it wash over you. Decide the team you want to support as you start watching them, and maybe base it on the kind of football you like watching, the kind of style. Or Iceland, Rog, I thought was going to be your answer. Okay, from Andrew Litchley. What are the chances
if you want to back the winners
of a Spurs-heavy England side do not get #SoSpursy results?
Which you should also read with the next question.
Will England be the Arsenal of Euros, from Virginia Tech SK?
Yep. Same question from two very different mindsets, David.
I think we're more worried that they're going to be West Bromwich Albion. That's certainly my worry. From Pippin Ain't Easy. Which is greater, Zlatan's sense of self-worth or @Rog Bennett's self-loathing? #Infinity ×2. I'm not sure that Rog Bennett's self-loathing could be matched by any other human's quality.
At the end of the day, I just calm myself down by just knowing it's just a stack of turtles holding us up. Nothing has any meaning.
And from @Reese_by_Reese, which country's meltdown are you anticipating the most? I vote Belgium simply because of Fellaini's new dye job. There is going to be a team that is going to disappoint hugely and will go home after the group stage. There'll be a shock team amongst those 8 teams who go home. I just wonder who it's going to be, Roger.
Spain.
Yeah. Do you want some Copa questions as well?
I'd love to get
from @Didymus, would attendance at Copa America be better if played on artificial turf and it was the US women's national team plus Pulisic instead of men?
Another person who's answered their own question. Got to read the hashtag out on that one.
Equal pay. From @mission_Europa, Jussi Zardes is more and more the Jesus Navas of the US men's national team. Genius. A lot of running, not so much. Finish.
Jesus Navas has got the eyes. Jussi Zardes, better hair.
@Sport Blog for All, if we lose against Paraguay, should Jurgen Klinsmann be sacked?
@Raygun, if US men's national team wins the Copa, does Jurgen fire Galati?
Yeah, I like that idea.
It's the Russian standoff.
Yeah, what do you think? Do you think he should be sacked, Rog?
I do believe Jurgen is clever enough to, if they do lose to Paraguay, which I pray to sweet Lord, they will not. It will be terrible for American football and the growth of the game in this country. I think Jurgen's clever enough to take Galati out shortly after the final whistle.
Meaning that there'll be nobody to fire him. That's genius.
I imagine the end of the... If I don't like to think about loss or defeat, but if you've seen the end of Godfather 3, when just like at the end of that opera, everyone's just, there's garroting going on, there's assassinations. I think there's plans, there's wheels within wheels. There might be mutual self-destruction.
Very
by the way, I'm not supporting any of this, and I hate violence. I'm just trying to speak about truth.
You're seeing the future. Okay, talk of seeing the future, we've got to predict today's Group C games in Copa Aniversario. Rog, Uruguay are playing Venezuela. That's in Philadelphia at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And then the game that we're going to predict.
These breakfast wings.
These are breakfast wings.
These are leftovers.
The game that we're going to predict, Mexico playing Jamaica, Rog, 10 p.m. Eastern time at the Rose Bowl. Oh, wings for breakfast. I'm going to get the hiccups, I can tell you right now.
My God.
Yeah.
That smells of a Rafa Marquez hat trick.
Wow.
These are actually amazing cold. Thank you,
these are much better cold.
Union Bar and Kitchen, you should start serving them just day old and cold.
I'm not sure Jamaica have looked so far like a team that really wants to be at this tournament, Rog.
No, I think Wesley Morgan telling the world that he's too tired and hungover to take the field and start in this tournament pretty well sums up that application and approach to elite global football right now.
Yeah, so I'm seeing a pretty big win for Mexico.
4-0.
Maybe, 4-0 is exactly what I was going to say. Rog, Mexico currently leading the group with 3 points after defeating Uruguay.
Home team.
Venezuela also on 3 points. We've got to see who is going to make that second place, Rog. Okay. Men in Blazers Euro 2000 and Copa returns tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Vice Sports immediately after the opening game of Euro 2016. La France versus Roumanie at the Stade de France. Vampire Weekend drummer and massive football fan Chris Thompson is stopping by and will be joined by World Cup champion, US Women's National Team co-captain, the one and only Becky Sandler.
One of my favourite athletes in the sport. Last two tweets, one from Kevin P. Haynes. Thanks, Lex. Did Rog just say he has a BG's tramp stamp? Yes. Don't you? And then someone followed that one up at Finn2Win. Yep, right next to a Sean Cassidy homage tap. That's not true. Let's be serious. No, I do have a BG's tramp stamp. I got one after Spirits Having Flown came out. It moved me a huge amount.
Young men
in my youth
with too much time on their heads. You've got a little bit of buffalo barbecue sauce
just
on the side
bit
of your cheek.
That's victory.
But let's make sure
it doesn't... my hair blonde while you're gone.
Make sure it doesn't get any more stains on your pink and white seersucker jacket. We'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Vice Sports.
Godspeed, Bob Lee, and all who sail in him.
Stay in charge.